New York City Mayor Bill DeBlasio has sought to have an image of being tough on crime. I've chased stories of how the NYPD has gone after ATV and dirt bikes. But is the NYPD really making a difference in some of the toughest neighborhoods? To find out, I caught up with Rita and Raymond Raymondeau. They've been married for 47 years, and they live in the Queensbridge housing complex in Long Island City. It's one of the biggest in the city. And what they do is they walk around their neighborhood and actually take pictures of crime. That's their way of fighting crime, and also to shame public officials into doing something about it. I looked at NYPD stats for Queens in the past week, and they listed 4 shooting victims.
Now they make it look like Disneyland, but trust me, it is no Disneyland.
I walked with Ray and his wife to one of the hot spots of violence in the Queensbridge housing complex. They took me to the supermarket. I put my finger through a bullet hole in the window of the supermarket. It's actually covered up with paper of fresh vegetables and fruit to hide it. But what Ray showed me was a picture he took of that bullet hole, and says that what they did was they just covered it up.
Previously, the store used to put signs inside the store to show you it was on sale, but you could see the bullet holes. They couldn't put the sale signs outside because it'd be affected by the rain. So instead, they put these pretty pictures to cover up everything.
Why did you take a picture?
To show the bad conditions that should not be existing. There's no reason we should be living like this.
Then I walked with them to another area of the housing complex, which they believed is marked up as gang territory.
It's exactly where we are standing. It was about a week ago, I'd say, the picture was taken, and now there's no evidence whatsoever on the sidewalk. I suspect the Housing Authority removed it.
The other area that we went to, it's on the 5th floor of one of the buildings in the complex, is a picture that Rita took, a bullet hole through a window.
It had a nice effect to it. Not that I am making fun of somebody, want to, try to shoot somebody, but it just looked very artistic to me, so that's why I took it.
Believe it or not, that picture was actually sold at an art auction last week for $100. I spoke to another resident of the complex, and I showed him that picture Rita took, and I said,
Do you view it as art?
I don't think that's art. That's violence, I guess.
People deal with stress in different ways. They deal with crime in different ways. They deal with living with crime in different ways. And these people are doing a great thing by trying to raise more awareness. But I can't blame the people who live there who want to see these things covered up. I can't blame the grocery store for covering it, because there are a lot of people out there that don't want to be reminded of. And I don't think the Housing Authority did anything wrong by painting over what was on the ground. Not everyone feels the way they do.
By leaving it there, it doesn't necessarily do any good. At least you think they're doing something right to push it. I mean, is the Housing Authority isn't really the responsible authority to solve the problem. You got to go to the mayor, and you got to go to the police department. But all you hear the mayor of New York and the city officials saying is, don't worry about it. The overall stats are coming down. Well, that doesn't mean anything if you live in a project like this.
when I spoke to Ray, he said that they hear a gunshot every 2 weeks, and that's the norm there.